Imagine being hailed as the greatest chess mind the world has ever seen, facing not just human champions but machines designed to defeat you, and then trading it all to fight for freedom in the world's biggest political arena. This is the story of a boy who rose from the Soviet Union to become a world champion at just 22, and took on every challenge that came his way, both on and off the chessboard. Stay tuned as we explore the incredible story of Garry Kasparov, a journey filled with determination, skill, and an unbreakable drive to be the best. How he became a living legend, and why his legacy still inspires millions around the world.
Garry Kasparov is the greatest chess player of all time, became the youngest world chess champion in history.
He pays no attention to me.
He likes to smell the fear.
To play, to win, to prove that I was right.
It was my blessing and my curse. To me, that was the golden age.
Born Garry Weinstein on April 13, 1963, in Baku, Azerbaijan, Garry's early years were shaped by both the cultural diversity of his homeland and the complex, often turbulent world around him. His father, Kim Moiseyevich Weinstein, was Jewish, and his mother, Klara Shaganovna Kasparova, was Armenian, a mix that would expose him to both pride and resilience. Tragedy struck early as Garry Kasparov's father passed away from leukemia when Garry was 7 years old. His mother, Klara, stepped in to support him fully, not only nurturing him through the loss, but also encouraging his emerging talent in chess.
Я с того момента, как Ким скончался, я, конечно, вся уже была посвящена только Гаррику. Надо было найти время, организовать так, чтобы он мог очень много времени уделить и шахматам.
In 1975, at the age of 12, Garry made a decision to adopt his mother's surname, Kasparov. It was a decision influenced by the political landscape of the Soviet Union, a world in which cultural identity often meant survival. The spark that ignited Garry's lifelong love for chess came from a simple game, a puzzle presented by his parents. Solving it with ease, Garry felt a rush that would set the course for his life. Recognizing his potential, Klara enrolled Garry in the Young Pioneer Palace, a Soviet training ground for young talents. Here, under the guidance of Vladimir Makogonov, Garry began his journey to master the tactics, strategies, and disciplined mindset that would define his style. At just 13, Garry Kasparov's victory in the Soviet Junior Championship put him in the national spotlight. This win was monumental, as Soviet chess was the epitome of excellence in the chess world. This win caught the attention of Alexander Shakharov, a renowned coach and mentor who would later play a key role in shaping Kasparov's early style and approach to chess. Under Shakharov, Kasparov didn't just practice tactics or memorize moves. He learned to see the game as an expression of ideas. Shakharov encouraged Kasparov to explore different approaches, to think ahead of his opponents, and to bring a level of psychological warfare into his play. Around this time, Kasparov also began training at the prestigious chess school of former world champion Mikhail Botvinnik. And known as the patriarch of Soviet chess, Botvinnik was famous for his strict and methodical approach to the game, emphasizing the importance of disciplined study and preparation. He was an intense coach and believed in teaching chess as a science where every move, position, and strategy should be deeply understood. Under Botvinnik's guidance, Kasparov developed a style that combined sharp, aggressive tactics with a deep, analytical approach. Botvinnik introduced him to complex opening strategies like the Caro-Kann defense and the Queen's Gambit declined, and these would go on to become foundational in Kasparov's career. But beyond the technicalities, Botvinnik taught Kasparov something even more crucial: the mental resilience needed to excel at the top level of competitive chess. As Kasparov rose through the ranks of Soviet chess, he began to gain attention for his unique and fearless style. Unlike many players who opted for careful, slow-paced tactics, Kasparov was unafraid to take risks and make bold moves. His aggression on the board was his signature. He would study his opponent's psychology, knowing how to provoke mistakes through pressure. With Shakharov's mentorship and Botvinnik's training, Kasparov soon entered national tournaments, playing against Soviet champions and experienced international masters. The Soviet Chess Federation took notice of him, and he was invited to compete internationally, facing young and seasoned chess prodigies alike. In these tournaments, Kasparov's name was quickly becoming one to be reckoned with, as he was outplaying opponents who had years of experience over him. Kasparov's name started appearing in the world chess rankings by his late teens. He broke new records, as one of the youngest players to perform at such a high level internationally, gaining an ELO rating that rivaled those of the top 10 players in the world. In 1980, at age 17, Kasparov achieved an important milestone by earning the title of International Master. By 1982, at age 19, he became the youngest player to reach the rank of Grandmaster. Kasparov now established as a Grandmaster, the next step was the Candidates Tournament, where he would compete for the right to challenge the reigning world champion. This journey began in 1983, with Kasparov competing in a series of high-stakes matches against some of the most formidable players of the era. The candidates' matches were known for their pressure and psychological demands. Kasparov faced Viktor Korchnoi, a veteran Soviet player who had previously challenged for the world title. Their match was intense, with Korchnoi known for his psychological tactics to unsettle his opponents. But Kasparov's resilience, honed through years of training and competition, allowed him to overcome the mental pressure and prevail. He eventually won the candidates tournament, securing the right to challenge Anatoly Karpov, the reigning world champion. Anatoly Karpov, then the world champion, was a legendary figure in chess and of defensive play. Unlike Kasparov's aggressive, risk-taking style, Karpov was known for his conservative approach, preferring to control the board and wait for his opponents to make mistakes. Karpov was seen as the ultimate test for Kasparov, not only because of his skill, but also due to the intense political backdrop surrounding the match. Kasparov was young, energetic, and had become a figure of independence within Soviet chess. Karpov, by contrast, was established, cautious and favored by the Soviet establishment. Many saw the match as a symbolic clash between the new Soviet man and the old guard. This brings us to 1984, the year when Kasparov, at just 21 years old, faced Karpov for the first time in a match that would mark the beginning of one of the greatest rivalries in chess history. The championship match was grueling and unlike anything the chess world had seen before. It would soon be remembered not just as a test of skill, but as a battle of wills, political ideologies, and styles. The stage was set for an epic confrontation. The match was grueling, extending to 24 games. Kasparov emerged victorious, becoming the youngest world champion. His victory marked the beginning of a new, aggressive era in chess and brought him worldwide recognition. The Karpov-Kasparov rivalry captivated the world for over a decade. They faced each other 5 times between 1984 and 1990, their encounters becoming a battlefield of psychological warfare and raw talent. Their rivalry brought unprecedented attention to chess, inspiring a new generation of players and elevating the game to a global stage. Kasparov triumphed in 4 out of their 5 world championship encounters, solidifying his legacy as the most formidable player of his time. In 1996, Kasparov faced an unprecedented challenge when he went up against IBM's supercomputer, Deep Blue. This wasn't just any opponent, it was a groundbreaking leap in artificial intelligence, specifically designed to play chess at a superhuman level. For the first time, a reigning world champion would play against a machine in a full, regulated match. Kasparov won the 1996 match.
Rook to e2 by Garry Kasparov, and in this position, the computer admits defeat.
However, IBM returned in 1997 with a new, significantly improved version of Deep Blue, which could analyze 200 million chess positions per second, an astounding number that no human mind could hope to match. In a series of 6 games, Kasparov initially led but eventually lost the match 3-1 2-1/2. Despite his loss, Kasparov remained gracious yet critical.
I played 2 matches against the IBM supercomputer Deep Blue. Nobody remembers that I won the first match. In Philadelphia, before losing the rematch the following year in New York. But I guess that's fair.
He speculated that IBM might have intervened during the match to assist Deep Blue, raising questions about transparency in human-computer competition. This match ignited public interest in AI and inspired future research, laying the groundwork for subsequent advancements in technology. In retrospect, Kasparov's matches with Deep Blue became a milestone in AI history, symbolizing the dawn of a new era where computers would become indispensable tools in the world of chess and beyond. Beyond the chessboard, Kasparov's intellectual curiosity and deep appreciation for chess history found expression in his writings. After his matches with Deep Blue, he turned to a new project, the book series My Great Predecessors. This series, spanning 5 volumes, was more than a technical analysis. It was an homage to the champions who had shaped the game. Kasparov meticulously examined the styles, techniques, and philosophies of past world champions, offering a rare window into their minds and playing styles. In 2005, after an illustrious career spanning over 20 years, Kasparov announced his retirement from competitive chess. This decision shocked the chess world, as he was still at the peak of his abilities. However, Kasparov felt that he had achieved everything he could in the chess world. With 15 consecutive tournament victories, numerous titles, and the longest reign as world champion, Kasparov had set a standard of excellence that would be difficult to surpass. His reasons for retirement were both personal and professional. He was eager to challenge himself in new ways and felt a calling beyond the chessboard. Kasparov's influence was such that he was known not only as a champion but as a symbol of intellectual resilience and strategic mastery.
And today I played my last professional game.
He retired, leaving behind a legacy that would inspire generations, yet his ambitions were far from over. After stepping away from chess, Kasparov took on a new role that would define the next chapter of his life: political activism. He became an outspoken critic of Russian politics, particularly of Vladimir Putin's government, which he viewed as authoritarian and oppressive. Kasparov's criticisms of the government were bold and direct, expressing his disappointment with the direction Russia was heading. He argued that democracy, human rights, and freedom were under threat, and he dedicated himself to advocating for change in Russia and beyond. In 2015, Kasparov published his book Winter Eyes Combing, a compelling call for democratic unity in the face of growing authoritarianism. In it, he examined the challenges posed by governments that restrict freedoms, using his own country's political climate as a case study. His book gained significant attention and sparked conversations around the world. Kasparov's legacy goes far beyond his titles and victories. Kasparov's journey is a reminder that greatness is more than just skill or talent. It's about the willingness to pursue excellence, to face challenges, and to stay true to one's values. From a young prodigy in Baku to a chess champion, a writer, and a political activist, Garry Kasparov's life has been an extraordinary journey of resilience, intelligence, and courage. His story continues to inspire chess players, thinkers, and freedom advocates around the world, solidifying his place as one of the greatest figures not only in chess but in the broader narrative of resilience and freedom. If you enjoyed this documentary, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to Chessy for more amazing chess content, and share this video with fellow chess enthusiasts. Let us know in the comments which chess legend you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching.